This is just another clip. You can just see how it's just a crazy mud bog out there. And Texas, I don't know. Like they keep going back to Texas, uh, keep going to Texas, but I don't know. I mean, I think that the reason the NXL and the reason the ICPL or Major League Paintball keep going there, Mark Johnson, there we go. um, they keep going there. It's just because there's so many players. They can draw in a lot of players in that Texas region. But at the same time, if you're flying from out of state, right? Say you're flying from California or New York or Florida or, Washington, coming somewhere far away, you might think now if they're going to have another one of these ICPLs or even the NXL, if they're going to have those at these bad conditioned facilities where it's just raining all the time and there's puddles everywhere and, all kinds of stuff, you might think again about going to one of these tournaments and then trying a place that's, probably going to have better weather, right? That the WCPPL is going to have better weather in Southern California. Maybe you'll stay in Florida and just play, some 10-man stuff there. So I think that the NXL, maybe the ICPL should also really start thinking about, do we have to have these events in Texas? I don't know. I think that, half of the events get rainy. We did the calculations before, and I think it was 40% of the last 15 or 20 major tournaments that have taken place in Texas have had some form of rain. It wasn't treacherous downpour every time, but 50 to 40% of the time there were puddles on the field, which I don't know. We heard Mike Hinman. Mike Hinman did his State of the Union address for the WCPPL and the USXBL. And one of the things that he kind of pointed out was that the NXL could probably take all the money that they're spending to go to, say, Vegas, for instance. They'd take all that money, which I think is $30,000 to $40,000 just to rent the property, but then they have to spend all that money with setting up and cleaning up. They could probably take that money and then build out a whole facility. You could go to Paintball Fit here at Capitol Edge in Sacramento. You could go to SC Village. There's, fields in Florida where you could build out 7 or 8 fields all on perfect turf and just have the tournaments at those facilities where we would have dedicated places to do them. It would certainly drain better. It might be cheaper in the long run. Obviously, you have to front a bunch of money up front, but, you use that facility for 5 or 6 years, and then you have I lost my train of thought. You use that facility for 5 or 6 years, and then by that time, it's possible that you saved money because you've, invested all that up front, and you don't have to build the field every year, I don't know. I kind of like it traveling. I like to have different locations and be in unique locations, but at the same time, it'd be really kind of cool to have a dedicated stands and a dedicated, this is the NXL facility or whatever. It's kind of like they tried to do with the original NXL.